Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're going to try and make it better for you. Tonight we welcome a gospel rising star, Lena Bird Miles. She has a brand new album out called Brand New. You got to check it out. She has a phenomenal story of how she got found by Warren Campbell and everything. So we'll talk about that in the interview. Then Hot Tops breaking down everything everyone's talking about. Make sure you join the conversation. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so please make sure you're getting checked, doing your mammograms, and work with your doctors on all that. And early voting, definitely vote. I heard Georgia has been voting. They said it broke records this weekend, the number of people that went out and voted, because it is important. And then if you rather watch us, go to our website, go to our YouTube channel, Stephen Knight Show. We're all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, of course, our official website, StephenKnightShow.com. All right, well, question of the day. Do you prefer shopping online or in the store? I asked you, Lanier.
So I don't just have like one. She can't know that I don't like going clothes shopping. Hate it, don't like the mall, none of that. Now, if you're talking about household items, all day long, anything from my place, I'm on it. Any type of appliances and stuff like that, I'm on it. But clothes shopping, absolutely not, hate it. So I'm going to say in store for all my household needs, nowhere for clothing.
What about you, Chika?
So I don't mind shopping online for clothes, just simply because I like to try them on. And don't get me wrong, I have bought clothes online, but I'm always uneasy about it. And I've had some bad experiences with ill fit, things look a certain way, they say they're a size and you come in their different size, or you may not really know your size when you order what you order, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't mind ordering, like Lanier said, things for the home online, or yeah. But clothing, I like to be in the place. I like to try it on, feel it, touch it, smell it,
Yeah. What about you, Naya?
I'm the same exact way. You try and clothes on for the fit, for the garment, to see what kind of material it is, and to see how it falls on you in certain sizes. You might buy a small in one size t-shirt or brand, and then you might need a medium in another brand just because of the way they cut it, or the garment they're using, or their measurements are just maybe not the European standard, maybe they're using a different standard, So I'm definitely not an online shopper for gear, for clothes or shoes, because chances are it's gonna go back, and that process is just so long. And
it is.
But I'm right on par with El Boogie and Chike as well for the other things. All day I can grab items that are not that don't have to go on me. I can grab them from the store all day, or from online all day.
Yeah. I absolutely hate shopping in store. So I'm always buying stuff online, and you're right, Nair. You get these clothes in the mail, don't fit. And if I ain't going through the trouble, I'm sending it back. So I usually give it away to somebody else. But like if it's something important, like when I was going to this wedding, I had to get, the jacket. I went to the mall, so I could get fit and everything. So I prefer online, but I will go in store. But tweet us at home and let us know, do you prefer shopping online or in store? All right, so hot topics. So deranged fans of the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer have been targeting his elderly father. Lionel following the release of the Netflix series Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, with one woman even pelting his Ohio home, her underwear. The neighborhood this story was a little off. I don't know what that meant. So Jeb, Lionel Dahmer's caretaker, told the Sun that the 86-year-old was a nervous wreck after an unidentified woman ran her 20s, allegedly threw her used, underwear on his driveway. Deranged Dahmer fans target serial killer's elderly dad with one, again, throwing the panties on the line. I love you, Lionel, the caretaker, 34, said. The woman yelled as she took off her panties and threw them in his yard. Another incident saw a man attempting to accost Lionel in a hostile and aggressive manner. prompting the caretaker to carry a gun for protection and to place no trespassing signs on the property. Lionel's son, Jeffrey Dahmer, murdered 17 young men in Wisconsin, Ohio between 1978 and 1991. He was convicted in 92 and eventually murdered by another inmate 2 years later at the age of 34. Research chemist, author, and Lionel Dahmer, his father, confessed. I'm not following the story. Anyway, we all know what happened. So apparently they're harassing the father. If you watch the series, one thing that they said that they got wrong, this woman, she actually reported on the story back in its day. She said that Jeffrey never accused his parents or anything. He said, I don't know why I'm like this, but he was very adamant it had nothing to do with his raising, his parents, and anything else. In the series, you see his parents arguing a lot, and his father even, because he took a liking, his dad was a chemist, and so he would like do procedures on animals, dead animals, and things like that. And so they kind of hinted that kind of inspired him to do these things to these men that he would kill. But again, the woman reporter said that's absolutely not true based on what Jeffrey Dahmer told her. So is it fair now that this man is being harassed by these fans of the series? Let me ask you, Nair.
His father?
His father's being harassed, yeah.
Is it fair? Man, is it fair? I don't know if it's fair or not. It just comes with it. I mean, any high profile individual, whether it's somebody that's related to you or you, it comes with it. Is his father making money off this series?
His father made money back in the day off of books and things like that.
So it comes with it, it comes with it. And he's in it wide open with his eyes wide open. So he's got to know that if you're going to try to make money off the story's being put out there, you're a part of the story. Chances are people are going to feel a certain way, good or bad, about you and you're part of that story. So it comes with it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Lanier?
I don't know, because I don't know how much involvement he had in the series. I haven't watched the series, but I did watch. There's like 3 different Jeffrey Dahmer things on Netflix.
Yeah.
I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer tapes. So I don't know how much. Now, I think I did see his dad in that, but I don't know how much he was involved with the actual series to say that he would be getting money from that. But I mean, as Nair said, it comes with the territory, but I mean, you really haven't heard of anybody bothering him until this point.
Right.
So there are fanatics out there. And plus also you have to understand when you're a part of, the film industry, even if something is based off of quote unquote true events, the production still takes certain liberties and they do exaggerate certain things. So it's like a cross between the truth and I think this might be the truth, but we just going to exaggerate it and put it together. So, you have to be cognizant of that dynamic when it comes to, putting together a production. Some things were most likely, a lot of things were probably exaggerated. And then there were some things that were true. Only the people who were a part of that time know, what's true and what's not.
Yeah, very true. Chike, what are your thoughts on this?
So not just Netflix, the other streaming services are also jumping in on the Dahmer craze. We have Peacock, Tubi, it's another one, Paramount.
Hulu.
They're all Hulu too. They're all putting something out there with Dahmer in it. Now, there was something that I watched on Tubi, which was an actual interview with Jeffrey Dahmer himself, and it's the only interview that he's ever done, where he's actually sitting down talking to a reporter in his own words. And he basically, like you said earlier, he pushes off on it being his parents' fault. I think that the father did write a book. He did make money back in the day, but that money was seized by the courts and it went to the victims. So any money that he received for anything Dahmer has gone to the victims. The man has a right to live his life. I actually feel sorry for the dad. I mean, it wasn't his fault. He tried the best he could with the circumstances that he had. And that's what he got. You're a public figure. It comes along with what happened. Sorry, but it's just a part of it. Your son's deeds still linger on. You still got to pay for that. Unfortunate, it's the truth.
Yeah, 86 years old. Hopefully he'll get some kind of protection so he doesn't get hurt.
I mean, disappear, go somewhere, change your name.
He has a caretaker. He's not doing much. You know?
I mean, it's his. I didn't realize he was still alive until I watched the tape.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize he was still alive. Is his wife still, the second wife still alive?
I'm not sure.
She was in one of the films that I watched. They interviewed her. So she was at that time.
Now you're right, cracking up.
Steve said he has a caretaker. He ain't doing much.
Right. Leave that man alone. All right.
What are you gonna do with your draw?
I gotta be honest. I did get a little sense of empathy though when Chike was sharing his little spiel on it. You know, there is some empathy there because, you know, he I don't think he intended for his son to grow up to be who he became. So I do have empathy for that. But at one point he did try to cash in on this story, and I feel I'm hoping that as a part of this experience, he's still able to cash in. If they're portraying his story, his part in that story, I haven't seen it either, but if they're portraying any part of him as a father in that, he should be able to, you know, at least ease a little bit of his pain without getting all the money seized, just for his quality of life at this point. You know, I hope so, but you never know.
Yeah. And he, in the series, he was a hands-on father. You know, him and his first wife, Jeffrey's mom, got divorced, but he raised them for the most part because mom just left them based on the series because she was sick of all.
Wait a minute, Stephen. Remember, he did leave first. He was the one that left first. He left.
Yeah, he left first.
Yeah.
But he was there, like he would, you know, he enrolled him in college, he enrolled him in the military. He, you know, Jeffrey was an alcoholic, so he was failing out of the, doing all these other things. And so you know,
he's trying to save his life.
You did try to save him. So
his mom was just like,
she was gone. She took the other son and left. She was done.
Son, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, sad news. It was reported that a suspect was taken into custody following an active shooting at Central Visual and Performing Arts School in St. Louis. Now, 3 deaths have been confirmed, with the suspect among those confirmed deceased. Now, the St. Louis Metropolitan Commissioner, Michael Sachs, spoke during a press conference after the incident and announced that around 9:10 a.m., they received a call about a shooting, and the officer arrived a few minutes later and immediately made entry into the school. Once in the school, they began clearing the building as they looked for the shooter. After hearing gunfire, they ran towards the gunfire, located the shooter. They encountered him during the exchange of gunfire. The shooter was struck, transported from the scene, and later pronounced dead. Among the others that were confirmed deceased was an adult female who was pronounced at a local hospital, and there was also a female teenager that remained at the scene and was pronounced as well. Both victims were killed as a result of the gunshot wound. According to NBC News, the names of the 2 victims and the suspect were not yet released. Authorities have yet to learn the suspect's connection to the school, but they did find out, I saw it later on, they found out that he graduated from school last year. And he was 19, this is saying 20, he was 19. Now on paper, they have 9 victims, 8 who were transported and 1 remain. They have hundreds of others. They said kids were running, jumping out the windows to escape. And they don't know what caused them to shoot, but they said that what helped delay the shooting was the fact that the school doors were locked. Remember the other school recent shooting, the door was not locked. But just another school shooting. I mean, you can't go to school these days. And Chika, I'll start with you. What's your thoughts on yet another school shooting?
Sad but true. Again, it's sad that this stuff happens, but it's starting to happen so much that you become numb to it.
Mhm.
And I don't want to be numb to children being killed. I
Right.
don't want to be to children being hurt, especially when they're supposed to be in the same safe sanctuary like a school.
Mhm.
Some people drop their kids off at school and drive away without a care in the world, knowing that they're going to be safe at school. And it's a shame that now you probably have to be more diligent when dropping your kids off at school. What are they supposed to do? What do you
Yeah.
do? I don't believe in the teachers being armed. I don't think that that's a solution. Maybe Joe Clark was right. Maybe you should put the chains on the doors. Maybe keep people out. But that's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
What do you do? They don't want to send kids to school with armed guards at the door. What do you do?
Yeah. Linnea, what are your thoughts on this? Another mass shooting in a school.
My boyfriend and I, we talked about this because, unfortunately, I have to text this. The first thing was, well, let's just give our teachers guns.
Mhm.
The newest thing, we're going to require parents to get DNA tests for their children for when a school gets shot up so we can identify them easily.
That's horrible.
How do you talk to your kids about that? You're going to take a DNA test. So in case you get shot and you get murdered while you're at school, they're going to be able to identify you quicker. Okay. Put this in your lunch bag. Mommy already signed it. We're going to put your DNA in here. It'll be easier for me to identify you. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Right.
Instead of just banning assault rifles, because you want to constantly throw up the right to bear arms. I get it. Cool. I got my gun license. I get it. But yeah, we're not talking about a 9mm. We're not talking about a 22. We're talking about AKAs,
Yeah.
assault rifles that can kill multiple people within a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that that's all right. But, there are certain entities, that that put money into things, and these are led states. They don't care. And people just keep voting these people in. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about a woman's body. They don't care about any of that. They want what they want. And the underlying thing is money and power, period.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, yeah.
And if you notice, the shootings only happen in certain types of schools.
Mm-hmm.
Not all, certain types of schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
True. Naya, what are your thoughts on all this?
I don't really have anything new to offer that they've already offered.
Mm-hmm.
We know that this ain't a problem for the people that run this country. It's not a problem for them. If it was a problem for them, this wouldn't be happening. And it would seem that, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is an ongoing conversation. This is something that we know what the problem is, but neither the leaders or the people are solving it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where to go with that. I have no clue. It's sad. It's sad for sure, but I don't know, man.
It is. I remember it was a few months ago, my sister had me and my siblings have a text chain that her daughter, their school was on lockdown, and she was waiting to find out what was going on. Her daughter, my niece had texted her to let her know school's on lockdown. And you can imagine the panic, as a parent. And then thankfully everything was okay. Everyone was safe, but just imagine getting that text, from your child that school's on lockdown. And then we have these people losing lives. And then you have these some of these Republican representatives saying all this stuff is a hoax or it didn't happen or people doing it for clout. You know, that Marjorie Taylor Greene, I forgot which school, it was a victim from that school. She chased him down Capitol Hill saying that he's calling him a liar and all that. It's like, it's important to vote.
I remember being in school, and the worst thing that ever happened in school was one of your peers would call in a bomb threat, and you got out of school that day.
Yeah,
that was.
I was just getting ready to say that. Like I don't remember growing up and hearing school. I don't, and we're all kind of pretty much around the same, in the same age bracket, era. I don't remember. And when that bomb threat got called in, it's because somebody wanted to get out of school early. Period. That was like, I never remember, anything remotely close to this in my existence.
No, I don't either.
Or going to school, because that was only like 10 years for me for elementary.
And now that you mention it, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that I've ever had an incident in school where someone that did not go to the school was inside of our school.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
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 Horrible. Before we go, sad news today, Leslie Jordan passed away of a current apparent car accident. They're tested to see if he had some kind of medical issue that caused him to crash and die. But everyone loved him, especially during the pandemic. His Instagram page just exploded because he was making everyone laugh while we're all at home. And so everyone was sad to hear that news. It was shocking when I saw his name across TMZ this morning. I was like, what? And he was 67 years old.
Wait. Little small Leslie Jordan?
Yes.
Oh man, he was fun.
Yeah.
He lost his mom, but he had some health issues, but he lost his mom earlier this year. And she,
and they were very close.
7. Imagine how old his mom was.
Yeah.
So he had been taking care of her for a long time. So I mean, that's.
Are you talking about the white comedian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. Okay. Oh man.
I know. Well, our thoughts and prayers with him and his family, and we'll be right back with more hot topics right back after this.